In this episode, I'm going to talk about how compassion could be your doorway to getting to your higher self and could be the doorway to awakening to a blissful experience, awakening to oneness with everything and anything around you, awakening to a world of unconditional love. If that's something that you'd like to invite into your life today, then stay around.
How does it feel to be alive, to be free? Are we truly in the here and now, or are we living a dream that we created? Close your eyes to see clearly. This is life on purpose.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of On Purpose by Lynn. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Lynn and I share with you everything you need to know about personal development and spirituality so that you can create your best life and so that you can rise to your fullest potential. If that's something that you're interested in, then make sure to subscribe. So before I'm going to share with you my vision on what compassion really is, I want to read the definition that I found on what compassion really is. And what people say is the real meaning of compassion is compassion literally means to suffer together. Among emotion researchers, it is defined as the feeling that arises when you are confronted with another's suffering and feel motivated to relieve that suffering. Compassion is not the same as empathy or altruism, though the concepts are related. So, this is what they say is the true meaning of compassion. And in my opinion, I don't really resonate with that. I do resonate that with the fact that you tune into the emotions of others and you can feel compassion for each other. But what I don't really resonate with is that the focus is on suffering together. And the way that I view compassion actually is coming more from a perspective of love, coming more from a perspective of looking through the lens of love, feeling someone's emotion, but not suffering with them. And I think that that is such a huge difference between those two. Actually, what happens when you're suffering for another is that you're actually lowering your vibration. Whereas I believe that compassion is it's a heightened state of being because you feel love, openness, connection to the world around you. And so I don't think that compassion truly is suffering with someone. It's more so that compassion is feeling for someone, understanding someone, and coming from a perspective of love. And compassion is not only that. Because the reason why having compassion is so important is because compassion opens the door for you to go from separateness, so you feeling separate from the world, you feeling like the world is happening to you and not for you, to oneness, to we're all connected, to we're all reflections of each other. And once you look through the lens of compassion, what will happen is that you're not going to judge anyone anymore. Because usually judgment comes from the ego. And when we judge, we see things in other people that we often dislike. Judgment could also be positive. You could also say, hey, that person is beautiful. Judgment isn't always a negative thing. But when you look through the lens of compassion, rather than judging someone or being irritated or agitated with someone's attitude, you're like, what happened to you for you to react in this way? And one story that I'd like to share with you, which really made a big impression on me, and you might relate to this as well, is when, well, you might not relate to this, but you might feel this as well, is about a woman who had a near-death experience, who actually floated out of her body, and she was having a live review with her guides. And what she experienced was she saw some of her enemies like real life enemies, people that she literally couldn't stand, she couldn't deal with in life. And she saw what happened to those people in their past and the reason why they acted the way that they did towards her. And when she saw what happened to them, immediately she felt a sense of compassion, of love, of understanding, because she now knew that this person wasn't trying to be a dick. They were not trying to be annoying or negative. They were actually just really hurt. And because of that, people say hurt people hurt people. People who are hurt, they act in a certain way because they act from that subconscious programming. They act from that state of being still. That's still part of them. And so when you can feel compassion for other people, you don't judge anymore, but you're like, hey, what actually happened to you for you to react to this in this way towards me? And when you feel that, not only will you not judge, but you won't take things so personally. It won't bother you that much. So in that sense, having compassion for others is really freeing. It's like liberation, because you don't have to care as much about what other people think of you. You understand why people are acting the way that they're acting, because you understand that every single one of us has like a backpack of some past experiences that are like weighing us down with weight. And sometimes people can really behave ridiculous because of that. And you may yourself have sometimes maybe done that as well. And not because you intended to, but because this emotion just came up out of nowhere and it was taking you over and it made you react in a certain way you were doing. And now we're getting to self-compassion and how this is actually also the door to awakening. Because what I believe is that, when we're spiritually awakening, and I actually filmed a video about spiritual awakening and depression and how that could be the door to spiritual awakening, actually in this exact same location. So it's funny that it all comes together now. Self-compassion actually is a form of healing. Because when you look at past experiences that you've had, what you can now feel is, instead of judging that, you can bring love to that. Or actually, in anything that you're doing, we all have this self-inner critic that is talking shit, talking negative, talking us down on our potential, talking us down on what we can achieve, talking us down in our confidence, talking us down in what we think that we deserve, our self-worth. And once we start to have self-compassion, we start to bring love to those spaces. We start to hold space for us, for ourselves, for our actions, for things that we were angry about, like, hey, I should have done this differently, or you're frustrated about things or how you handled things. You can bring compassion to yourself and you can forgive yourself. It's part of forgiveness. It's part of letting go of those attachments, those cords towards those experiences. Self-compassion is healing, and what happens when you're healing, you're raising your vibration and you're opening up channels and opportunities to rise to your highest self, to come into alignment with your highest timeline, and to walk the way to enlightenment, to walk the way to bliss, to freedom. And so this is how, in my experience, self-compassion could be the door to awakening. Let me know in the comments, what are your aha moments? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, because I love to get to know you guys better. And thank you so much for liking this video if you like this video, and for sharing this video with anyone you think could benefit from this message right now. It's my mission this year to bring this message to as many people as possible so that we can all rise together and live our best lives. Of course, if you're new here and haven't already subscribed to my channel, be sure to do so, as you will be the first to watch all of my videos every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so that you can create your best life. Remember, we have such an exciting future to look forward to, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye for now.